My name is Chris Gaghan. I'm in my 14th year of teaching visual arts. I'm in my 12th year at my current school. What I do is I always, towards the beginning of the semester, I talk about the app, I introduce it, and I do some lengthy demos, that usually take half the class for, 2 or 3 days. I go over kind of the basics of, opening up an artboard and, choosing shapes, resizing shapes, moving shapes, changing the color, copying, flipping, and then they play around with that. And the next day, we build upon that, and then I show them a little bit more of the advanced features of like, okay, you can add a stroke to it, and I explain what that is, that it's different than fill, and you can add shadows and you can move the shadows. Then we talk about things like combining shapes and intersecting shapes, cutting things out, and we do some of the most advanced techniques. But the kids that understand how nodes and curves work and editing those, like the designs I've seen from a 5th grader or a 6th grader, are just absolutely tremendous, and it really opens up new avenues. And then they can like lay in a photo in the background and design on top of it. And I'm starting to see them using just real graphic design skills in this app that is just so much more user friendly than the bigger graphic design apps that, and software that I've used. Each year I do 6 vector challenges. They're just like on sheets like this next to my iPad card, and I have student examples from the past. Basically, it's just giving them a guide point. Like, those first few days when I'm just explaining the features and they're playing around with it, like, they're doing basic stuff. But as soon as they start like getting just a little bit of a guiding hand for me, like, hey, let's work on this. And, each vector might focus on a different thing. Like the tiki head focuses a lot on the copying and flipping technique and balancing and doing a color scheme and things like that. And then their designs really start to come to life and they really start to work on it. And I have some students that once they start the vector challenges in my class, like they'll have one in their saved folder on their iPad, and they're just constantly, whenever they have free time, they go to assembly and they start trying to figure out how can I create this, and they might have a design they're working on throughout the whole semester other than their main graphic design project I'll eventually do with them. So that's really cool. And some kids, just kind of do something for maybe a couple days and then they start something new, and it's just, that's the beauty of graphic design, that, it's very forgivable in that way. I think some schools take art very seriously. Like my school, is just very supportive of my program. Graphic design became like that thing, like, especially as they got into like, a little bit older, 3rd, 4th, and then especially 5th and 6th, it's like, this is something new. This is like a new privilege for you in my classroom. And it's like, wow, we've done so much already, so many different things. And now this new form of art that they see every day, but don't understand maybe the background of it. And so having that, and obviously it's, a big career path for them. If kids really enjoy art, understanding graphic design is important, because who knows what, it's going to be 10, 15 years from now. While I can't see myself changing away from the fundamentals of drawing and painting and clay, I do see myself as someone that I do try to give my students as many different opportunities as possible. And just graphic design is one of those things that I think they need to know and have those fundamental skills. And I think Assembly is just the perfect app to teach those fundamental skills in an easy way. Having them be successful is obviously what it means. So I'm just trying to get them there. And I'm very happy to say that Assembly has been a huge part of, helping them be successful artists and learning graphic design at a young age. And I can't wait to see, what else they do.